It's always spanking and slapping and other form of physical punishment doesn't work. It don't work well to correct a child. If you want to correct a child, that act cannot correct that child's behavior. So harsh and physical and also verbal punishment can also damage a child's long-term physical and mental health. Welcome back to another video with Chika. I'm a professional educator and a child trainer. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I discipline my child. I will share with you how I discipline my child, and you're also going to be learning the best ways to discipline your own child. As a parent, one of your job is for you to teach your child to behave. It's a job that takes time and also patience, but it helps for you to learn the effective and also the healthy discipline strategies. And make sure you stay to the end. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you all my subscribers for subscribing to my channel. And if you are new here, you want to give your child a positive parenting on how to model the right living and also how to build the confidence, turn on by subscribing, hit the notification bell so you know when next I post my new video. Okay, here are 10 discipline strategies that work, and I use that. It's effective. So it is highly recommended for a positive discipline strategies that effectively teach children to manage their behavior and as well to keep them from harm, while also promoting a healthy development they need. So number one strategy I'm going to be sharing with you is for you to show and as well tell. I personally teach my children the right from the wrong with a calm words and actions. So I don't just come and start shouting at them, I use a calm words to teach them the right from the wrong. So as a parent, you need to model the behavior you would like to see in your child. You need to model them by showing it to them, and that is the first strategy that I use. So number two is for you to set a limit. Set limits. I actually have a clear and also a consistent rules for my children and for them to follow, and I make sure that I also explain those rules in age appropriate terms so that they can understand. So you can as well set a limit and have a clear and also consistent rule for your own children so that they can follow, and make sure you explain it to them so that they can understand. Their age, so use that age appropriate to explain that to them so that they will understand that. So the third strategy I use is to give consequences. I give consequences. I calmly and also firmly explain the consequences if they don't behave. Let's say, for example, I tell my daughter that if she doesn't pick up her toys and put it away where it's supposed to be, that I'm not going to give it to her the rest of the day. So it's a consequences. But you also make sure you have to be prepared to follow it through, so that you don't give in by giving them back after maybe a few minutes, because I don't give them back after a few minutes. It's a consequence that follows the behavior. So, but remember, you don't take away something from your child if they truly needs it. So such as a meal, they need food all the time. So you don't take such away from them. So that is it. Then number four strategy I use is to hear them out. I hear my children out. So listening is very important. It is very important. You can see me and my child, and I listen to them. My children are listening to them. You let your child finish the story before maybe before you help to solve the problem. Yes, don't listen to them. Give them listening ear. Watch for times when misbehavior has a pattern. Because at times children they'll start having a pattern of misbehavior. Like if your child is feeling jealous, talk with your child about this rather than just giving consequences. So I hear them out before I talk to them. That is very important. So another strategy that I use as well is to give them my attention. I give them my attention. I give my children my attention very, very well. And the most powerful tool for effective discipline is attention. It is attention. So for you to reinforce good behavior and as well to discourage others, you need to remember that all children want their parents' attention. They want your attention, so give it to them. I do that. I give my children attention. So another way is for you to catch them being good. They need to catch them being good. Children need they need to know when they do something bad and when they do something good. So I let my children to know that, yes, I notice that good behavior and I point it out. How do I do that? I praise success and good tries. I'm almost specific with that. Let's for example, I tell my child, wow, you did a good job by putting that toy away, and that is what I do. So you can as well catch them being good. Anytime you see them do something good, praise them for at least trying to do good. Okay, another strategy that I use is to know when to respond. I actually know when to respond to my children. Let's say, for example, as long as your child isn't doing something dangerous and gets plenty of attention for good behavior, ignoring bad behavior can be it can be an effective way of stopping the bad behavior. So ignoring bad behavior can also teach children the natural consequences of their actions. Yes. So for example, if your child keeps dropping maybe something on a purpose, maybe dropping biscuits on the floor on a purpose, she will soon have no more biscuits again. So when you ignore something like that, naturally the child will bear the consequences. So at times we know when not to respond. That is another strategy that I use. So be prepared for trouble. That is the next strategy. Plan ahead for situations when your child might maybe have trouble behaving. For example, you have to prepare for upcoming activities and also know how you want them to behave. That's what I do. I always prepare for them because I know that at times they will come with trouble. So, but I have to plan ahead. I do plan ahead for that situation when my child might be having trouble in behaving. So I prepare them for an upcoming activities and also how I want them to behave as well. So another strategy that I use is to redirect bad behavior. I redirect bad behavior. Sometimes children misbehave because they are bored. Yes, at times they are bored, they start misbehaving. So what I do is that I find something else for them to do. That's what I do. So instead of trying to spam, do all those things, I know that at times they misbehave because they are bored. So I can also find another way, another strategy, another thing else to give to them, and they are good. So another strategy is for you to call a time out. You need to call a time out. For example, a time out can be especially when a specific rule is broken. You can tell a child, I will call a time out for you. So I do that a lot. And how do I do that? I tell them, okay, if you misbehave, you're going to have a call time. You have to have a time out with me. So once they hear that, they adjust themselves. So guys, spanking and also using a harsh words, they are harmful and they don't work here. They don't work. So why is it that they don't work? It is actually important for us to focus on teaching good behavior rather than punishing bad behavior. So you focus more on teaching them the good behavior. Even research shows that it's always spanking and slapping and other form of physical punishment doesn't work. It don't work well to correct a child. If you want to correct a child, that act cannot correct that child's behavior. So the same holds true for yelling as well. You can as well watch my video on yelling, the last video I posted. So yelling or at maybe shaming a child, it doesn't stop that bad behavior. So beyond being ineffective, harsh and physical and also verbal punishment can also damage a child's long-term physical and mental health. So we need to be very careful on how to spank and on how to slap and use harsh words, and as well verbal punishment or maybe harsh physical punishment on our children. So let us focus more on teaching them good behavior rather than punishing all the time. So I hope this video have been of help to you, and if it has, please give it a thumbs up and also drop a comment on the comment board. And if you have any other thing you need us to discuss, just drop it in the comment box, and see you next in my next video. Bye.